Alright, good morning and welcome back, or good afternoon, to Grade 12 Maths with Mr. Simon. So we make maths simple and we get you exam ready. So now we're looking at quadratic sequence. Take note, the quadratic sequence is compulsory for exams, right? And we must test, basically, can you find the next term, can you find the equation, or the exam favorite first difference question, which we do later. So for this video, we're looking at November 2008, November 2017, and November 2009. Right, and take note, 9 plus 8 gives me 17. Right, so first question, consider the sequence 8, 18, 30, and 44 from November 2009. Right, so although it's before caps, sequence and series has stayed the same. Write down the next two terms of the sequence if the pattern continues in the same way. Right, so the 18 minus 8 gives me 10, but 30 minus 18 gives me 12. So my first difference is not the same, so I have to subtract the second time. 12 minus 10 gives me 2. If I look there, 44 minus 30 gives me 14. 14 minus 12 gives me 2. So I have a consistent second difference of 2. 14 plus 2 would give me 16. And 44 plus 16 then gives me the next term equal to 60. 1 mark there. Right, then calculate the end term of the sequence, which is a very common exam question. So we need to know and memorize. And they have done, I think, somewhere in one of your lessons, I've done how we got 2a, 3a plus b, a plus b plus c. But 2a will always equal 2, the first term here of the second difference. 3a plus b equal 10, the first term of the first difference. And a plus b plus c will equal the first term of the quadratic pattern. Right, so 2a equal 2, I saw from bottom up, a equal 1. Then substitute a into the second equation. So 3 times 1 plus b equal 10. So 10 minus 3 would give me then b equal to 7. Then we have a plus b plus c equal 8. So I have 1 plus the 7 plus c equal 8. 1 plus 7 is 8 if I take it over. 8 minus 8 is 0. So normally we give 1 mark for A, 1 for B, 1 for C, and then 1 mark for the final formula, 1 times. That would give me 1n squared, and that's 7n, and the C is 0. But here in 2008, they still added a 6 mark, so you got 1 mark for that top row there, and 1 mark for correct substitution. Now we only mark it out of 4 marks, right? Let's look at the next question. Which term of the sequence is 330? So we know n squared plus 7n was the formula we just found, equal 330. So n squared plus 7n minus 330, if I take it over, equals 0. Factors of 330, 22 times negative 15 gives me 330. 22 minus 15 gives me 7. Right? If you're unable to factorize in this format, feel free to use the quadratic formula. N, if I take 22 over, would become negative 22. N not equal to negative 22 or n equal to 15. Remember, n must be an element of natural numbers. So 1 mark for substituting 330 incorrectly, 1 for factors, 1 for getting the correct n, and then specifying which term. Term 15 equal 330. That is your 4th mark. Right, let's look at the next exam paper. Right, November 2017. Given the following quadratic number pattern, so they say quadratic number pattern, so it has a constant second difference, 5, negative 4, negative 19, negative 40. So once we bring in negatives like this, we catch you out very easily because you'll forget that it is subtract from right to left, not left to right. So some learners go say 5 minus 4 and they get a difference of 1. When theory it must read minus 4 minus 5, which then gives me minus 9. So there you can see, determine a constant second difference, minus 4 minus 5 gives me negative 9. Don't go say 5 minus 4 and write 1. Minus 19 minus minus 4 gives me minus 19 plus 4, which is negative 50. Minus 40 minus minus 19 gives me minus 40 plus 19, which is negative 21. Negative 15 minus 9 would give me negative 15 plus 9, which is negative 6. Minus 21 minus 15 gives me minus 21 plus 15, which is negative 6. Right, so my second constant difference equal negative 6. Don't go write in exam 2a equal to negative 6. We want to physically see you write second constant difference equal the value you got at the bottom, which in this case is minus 6. Right, determine the end term of the pattern. So nice, easy 4 marks. Again, 2a equal negative 6. For the second difference, 3a plus b equal negative 9 for the first term of the first difference. A plus b plus c equal 5 for the first term of the quadratic pattern. So 2a equal negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 2 gives me negative 3. So a equal negative 3. There, 3 times negative 3 would give me negative 9 plus b. If I take it over, negative 9 plus 9, b equals 0. Then I have a plus b plus c equal 5. A being negative 3, being b 0, c. If I take negative 3 over, 5 plus 3 would then give me 8. 1 mark for A, 1 for B, 1 for correct C, and then 1 mark for the formula, which gives me minus 3n squared, no n, plus 8. Right, so my equation, minus 3n squared plus 8. Right, let's look at the next question. Which term of the pattern will be equal to minus 25,939 for 3 marks? So remember my equation, minus 3n squared plus 8 equal minus 25,939. If I take 8 over, negative 8 minus 25,939 comes negative 25,947. Divide by negative 3 gives me 8,649, 8,649. Remember, when I find the square root of n squared, I must find plus minus the square root of 8,649. So n not equal to negative 93 or n equal 93. N must be an element of natural numbers, so it can't be an integer negative. So term 93 equal minus 25,939. So 1 mark for n equal 93 and another mark for negative 2593, and then 1 mark for substitution. Right, let's look at the next question. November 2009. Consider the following sequence: 5, 12, 21, 32. Write down the next term of the sequence. So if I say 12 minus 5 gives me 7. 21 minus 12 gives me 9. Those first difference is not the same, so I have to subtract the second time. 9 minus 7 gives me 2. 21 minus 12 gives me 9. 32 minus 21 gives me 11. 11 minus 9 gives me 2. So my second difference, constant value of 2. Right, so they say determine the next term. So there 13 or 11 plus 2 would give me 13, and 32 plus 13 then gives me 45 for 1 mark. Right, 3.2 again, determine a formula for the end term of the sequence. So 2a equal 2, 3a plus b equals 7, a plus b plus c equal 5. So I hope you pick up I'm using the same formula over and over. Right, 2009, remember said, I applied, filled out a whole lot of documents, applied. I wanted to start a whole food sports center in El Dorado Park, but then eventually all the different people I went to see, and I will not mention name, decided that it will not benefit the community. Right, but there determine a formula: 2a equal to 2, 2 divided by 2, a equal 1. 3 times 1 plus b equals 7. 7 minus 3 gives me b equal 4. A plus b plus c equal 5. A is 1, b is 4. 5 minus 5 would give me 0. So my formula, n squared plus 4n. Alright. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope you understand what I'm explaining. Continue practicing. As you can see, there's basically a given 4 marks for you here with the formula. And if you understand how to subtract, you can get the extra 1 to 2 marks. So there's an easy 6 marks to get here by a quadratic pattern if you practice and you understand all of them. God bless. Bye.